It's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
In the criminal justice system, sexually-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are their stories.
Y'all, this is a story time of how I was SA'd by my favorite uncle from the time I was 9 to the time I was like 12. Yes, I'm going to be saying his name, and I'll try to insert a picture at the end of the video, but I'm not really good with TikTok. I don't know how to do it, so I got to figure it out. So my mom is 3 out of 15 siblings. The uncle in question, his name is Damone Hamilton. He's the oldest. We were so close growing up. He lived with us. We also resemble each other. People thought he was my dad. At times, he would walk me to school. He would take me to the store. He was just, I loved him. He was everything. He was my favorite. So one day, I was 9, and my family from down south came up to visit, and we stayed at one of my other cousin's girlfriend's house because her house was a lot bigger, could fit a lot of us. So we all had stayed at her house, and everybody that came was laying in the living room. The adults was laying on a couch, on a few different couches, and the kids had made like a little pallet on the floor. So as I'm laying down sleeping next to my cousin, literally laying right next to me on our little pallet on the floor, I'm awakened, and I'm awakened because he had inserted his private part area into my mouth, and I gagged. So when I gagged, I got up, and when I got up, he had hurried up and laid back down on the couch that he was sleeping on. So now, even though I'm up, I'm scared. Like, I'm trying to still like act like I'm asleep because I don't want to interact. So I proceeded to still act like I was sleeping, but instead, I'm actually gonna turn over and sleep on my stomach now because I was sleeping on my back, and when I was sleeping on my back, stuff was going inside of my mouth that shouldn't have been there. So now I'm sleeping on my stomach. I know what's going on. I'm awake and I'm scared. And back in the day when those infomercials used to come on with the kids in third world countries, but one of those was on. So I knew it was like pretty late and everybody around us was sleeping. Mind you, everybody is all in one living room. So I don't know how no adult woke up and heard anything. So like I said, I'm laying on my stomach now, and I can hear him on the couch doing this. Those who know, what he was doing. So I'm still acting like I'm asleep or whatever. And like I said, I'm laying on my stomach, and this man comes behind me, pulls my leggings down. Mind you, I'm 9 years old. This is the first time I ever had a period. And not to sound disgusting or anything, but I probably had that pad on for 24 freaking hours. So, he's pulling my pants down. I don't know why I didn't scream. I don't know why I didn't say something. But this man is literally pulling my pants down, and I'm laying flat on my stomach, and he's trying to pull me into, like, on all fours, like a doggy style position, if you will. Yeah, I'm 9 years old at the time, but I'm no kid. Like, I was one of them little mischievous kids doing stuff that I wasn't supposed to be doing, looking at stuff that I wasn't supposed to be looking at. So I know exactly what he was trying to do. So as he's trying to, put me into that position, I'm resisting basically. I'm just standing, laying straight as a board. I'm not letting him, bend my hips so that he could penetrate me. So basically, he sees what's going on. I'm not going for any of that. So what he did was he did this and finished right on me, like in my butt. And he proceeded to lick his own stuff out of me, a 9-year-old little girl with a pad on that was nasty. So the next day we got up Nobody heard nothing. I was laying right next to my cousin. I don't know how she didn't hear. It was a bunch of adults also in the same living room as us. Nobody heard anything. I didn't say anything. I didn't scream because I was scared of what he would do or how he would react. So I didn't say anything. The next morning when everybody was up, I avoided him. I didn't talk to him. I didn't say anything to him at all. So during all of that, as I'm trying to, avoid him or whatever, he pulls me to the side and I'm petrified. I'm scared. I don't know what the hell is about to happen. So he pulls me to the side and he apologizes to me. He said, I just want to apologize about what happened last night and blase, blase, blase. So here I am. I'm trying to act like I'm trying to act dumbfounded. I'm like, what happened last night? What happened? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, it don't even matter. Just know that I'm sorry, whatever, whatever. Okay, I'll go on about my day. Never said anything still. So later on down the line, maybe a few months later, he ended up moving in with us. My mom is the oldest sister, not the oldest child. She's the oldest sister out of all 15 kids. And people usually just tend to come stay with us. So he's living with us now. And my mom is working this job where she's out of town a lot, working out of town. I don't know if you guys know about the door-to-door energy or whatever. They were selling savings on energy bills, but my mom was doing that at the time. So every day when I would come home from school, he would have to watch me, and sometimes he would have to watch me for days. I would come home from school sometimes, and he would come out like he would be just getting out of the shower with a towel wrapped around his waist. He'd do little stuff like drop the towel right in front of me, drop his towel. He would make me come stand in front of him, put on little shorts, and tell me to turn around while he'll have adult films on the TV. He'll make me turn around and he would police himself basically. And this would be almost every day, multiple days a week. Like, it was just so annoying. And I never told anybody because I thought that I would get in trouble for it. So one day I had the chance to tell my mom because he had tried to do something to my mom. And my mom pulled me to the side and asked me, has he ever tried anything or whatever, whatever. And I looked her dead in her face and lied and said no. So you got to remember, this is still my uncle at the end of the day. So even though my mom and certain other family members don't deal with him, a lot of family members do. So I would still be seeing him. And when I would see him, he would make me sit on his lap and touch me down there inappropriately. And one day I was tired of that shit, okay? I was tired. So I went to school. I think I was in like 7th grade. I went to school and I told one of my homegirls what was going on, and I made her promise that she wouldn't tell nobody because I was scared of getting a whooping or, as a kid, I don't know that this grown man is not supposed to be doing this to me. I didn't know that I would not get in trouble for what he's doing to me. So my homegirl didn't keep the secret. Maybe a few days later, I was getting pulled into the principal's office by my counselor. I'm thinking I'm in trouble. So I get up to my principal's office, and my mom is in there, and she's in work uniform because she was at work like she usually is, and she was already crying. She was thinking the worst. Mind you, she doesn't know what I'm about to say or anything like that. So my principal, his name was Mr. Lyle, he looked me dead in my face, and he said, tell your mom what you told your friend the other day on the bus. Tell her everything. And I just started crying. And I told her, word for word, bar for bar, everything that happened. And my mom broke down crying. And, seeing your mom cry make you cry. So me and my mom both sitting in this man's office. We just crying and boo-hooing. And she was just asking me, like, why didn't you tell me? Like, you should have told me. Blase, blase, blase. I ended up having to go through like a lot of counseling as a kid. I had to go get tests ran because, she didn't know the extent of it when, he had all that, his stuff on me when he licked it out. We did go to the police. Nothing was done. And that just wasn't good enough for my mom. She wasn't having that. My mom wanted blood. Before I jump into what my mom did, I do just want to give a little background information on my uncle. So for one, he was in jail for years. Like, he was in jail for a really, really big portion of his life. And while he was in jail, he confided in one of my family members that he was raped in jail when he was 18 years old. And it was also said to me that my grandmother was raped by his dad to have him, her firstborn. And, you know, she never believed in abortion, hence why she has 15 children. So it's kind of like a full circle moment. Like, I would also like to add that I was not the first victim in a family. I'm one of many, but their story is not my story to tell, so I'm not going to say any names, but he raped one of my cousins, which was also his cousin, on his 18th birthday, got him drunk, raped him. He also tried to rape his sisters, his grandchildren, his daughter. The list goes on for days. Like, a bunch of people in the family, he's either raped or molested. But other people in the family don't care about what he did to people until it's at their doorstep, until it's he doing it to them or doing it to their kids. So he still was around. I still have to see him, and you know what I mean? It's really uncomfortable because people still fuck with him. Okay, so after I told my mom, a few days later, I came home from school and the bed looked a little weird. So I lifted up the mattress. I lifted up my mom's mattress, and my mom had a big ass pew-pew under the mattress. A few days after I had told her, I guess she went to go get that. She went to his house, and you can guess what she did. She ended up missing because the pew-pew is so big. So she ended up missing, but she definitely went and slid for the kid. She also told a lot of the family what was going on, what happened or whatever. Some people cared, some people didn't care. Like I said, people, you know, still deal with him and stuff, so I still had to see him around. After getting exposed, you would think he would, you know, get his act together, stop doing what he was doing, but no. It was more people after me. It was mostly family. Some people just, you know, regular people in passing that he knew that he would just get drunk and take advantage of them. And still to this day, he denied any of it. Like, I'm some fucking liar. Like, I'm gonna pull this story out of my ass on a grown man who I genuinely love. Like, he was my favorite uncle ever. So for you to say that I'm fucking lying, it's crazy. But yeah, that's the story, and I'm about to try to figure out how can I insert his picture in here so that y'all could watch out for this fucking disgusting animal.
What to do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. Back in the confessional. Always we staying lit, big dog. Man, shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my player partners. Lucky Wizard Deals. He keeps it lit. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section. Now, as I look up Mr. Damone Hamilton, because you know damn well I'm about to. But anyway, y'all can't hear my keys tapping this time because a bunch of y'all haters. Thank you to my supporter who bought me this clickless keyboard. But I don't know, it's so many Damone Hamiltons. I don't know if this man, if she's in Atlanta, because if she's in Atlanta, this looks like, oh, nigga, this is the same picture. Okay, well, let's go here. Let's go here then. Let go. Okay. Ain't got nothing since 2023. Somebody says check your inbox. That was a year ago. Oh, wrong thing to post while you're R-wording kids.
Is get fucked over by some girl I was just trying to love. I'm a good dude, you get that? And I don't deserve to be treated like this. So if you can't handle what I got to give, then go be with your list dude. I fought through a lot of shit, and I've done a lot of shit, but I'll tell you this, one thing I would never do.
Okay. Yeah, people are starting to comment. People are starting to comment, you know, about what's going on. And, well, let's get into it. I guess we can go. See, you got... Oh, y'all can't see. Alright, there we go. You got some stuff. Church stuff. This is all on the same day, October 18, 2023.
This is not let's make a deal. Bible says that we can ask amiss. And when we ask amiss, we make a mess. Sometimes our prayers are out of sync with God. Sometimes we are out of alignment. But when we pray, we want to be congruent with the will of God. When we want to be in step with his plan. Why? Because God is sovereign. He is the first and the last. He is the Alpha and the Omega. He is the beginning and the end. He has no equal. God is in a class by himself. God says when you come to me in prayer, this is not a negotiation.
Oh no, I can't listen to no kid trying to tell me, nigga, you ain't never had a fist fight. How you gonna tell me what God teaching me a lesson? He said, Negro, you gonna walk through the valleys of the shadow of death. You shall fear no evil, but you gonna fear me. Cause God put fear in niggas. God, if you gotta fear anything, you fear God. Why can't we love God? Cause nigga, the white man told you to fear God, cause white man thought he was God over us Negroes, over the slaves. That's what we got to Christianity, and that's why that. Well, let me stop. I believe in Jesus Christ, but I don't believe in these racist people who taught us Jesus. That ain't Jesus. So we gotta unlearn. We gotta unlearn the fear of God and learn the love that God has for us. God wasn't a comedian. He was not a comedian. He had no jokes for us. Okay? Slavery was a joke brought upon by evilness. That wasn't God. Anybody who claims to be a Christian would sit there and take out a man's teeth and put them in his own mouth for his own use because he couldn't grow no teeth, and he'd rather take from his slave, the person who cooked and cleaned and milled the yard, the fields and all that, so he could have a nice hot warm plate on his table at nighttime. Just to beat him to a pulp, just to be like, listen, read the Bible. This is your God. Fear God. I am God. And they tell you, then they whoop your ass again and make you feel it. That's why I just don't be listening to any old body talk about God. I mean, I listen to any old body talk about God, but when I listen, when I get to God's message, I can think for myself to disciple what God is trying to tell me. And you just got to continue to listen to God. Don't listen to the messenger. Listen to God. Because the messenger will kill you. The messenger will stab you in the back. The messenger will rob you. The messenger will sleep with your wife. The messenger will sleep with the wives, the deacon's wife, the usher board leader, the choir leader. Well, that's the man. We know, okay? Well, I'm just saying. I got off track. Anyway, let me see if this dude got pictures. He got 4 pictures. So this is the picture that she has, and she posted. Another picture, another picture, and another picture. Ooh, wait, what are those? Them shoes is, what are those? He got on a Jordan shirt with the, what are those? Yeah, bro. You shouldn't rock the Jordan shirt with those, what are those? Anyway, this is out of Atlanta. Everyday people, let me know what y'all think about it. And look, man, he gotta go. Look, I would not want this guy around my family. I don't understand why. I don't understand why that they think that this is a good idea to have this man around these kids, around this family, around the, why would the mama invite him back in after he tried something with her? First of all, ain't that your brother? Yo, this is weird. This man tried something with his own flesh and blood, and you think I'm gonna let you stay in my house? Man, I tell you what, man, I wish I could preach to y'all today, but I like I said, everybody's story ain't mine to tell. But I'm gonna tell you what, I don't understand how people do it. How people enable these people and they bring them around their kids and all this stuff and just be thinking everything is sweet until it happened to you. And then what? Then we can't be like, I told you so. We gotta sit here and give you a hug and make sure we got you and get you through this. But we told you all along. Love will make you do stupid stuff. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll let you later. Peace.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in as quick as 1 week.